Vice President Kamala Harris is such an inspiration, especially for women and women of color. You did an amazing job. Now off to you, Mr. Novak, for any questions.
Great, great job. Thank you. Very interesting. I didn't know that much backstory of Kamala Harris. Really interesting to hear about, the struggles that she had early on in life, especially with her education. So along those lines, what has been your biggest struggle that you've had to overcome? Could be in education, could be in some other aspect of your life. Just what's an obstacle that you've worked to overcome?
Mine was the same as Kamala Harris, the education. I was actually bullied while I moved here. I moved here when I was in sixth grade. I was bullied by these two kids of me being of color, and I actually overcame that. And I had my friends who supported me. They helped me learn that I shouldn't care what they think and I should be who I am. So that's the thing that I overcame, and hope that now I'm a person who gives my opinion to others and I don't care what other people think.
Absolutely. Great. Excellent. Uh, First of all, excellent job. I really like the presentation on Ms. Ginsburg. Now, are you interested in law? Is that why she's inspirational to you, or is it more of her, her feminism, her feminist activism, and that? Like, what part of it, what part of her life do you find the most inspirational?
I actually was inspired by both because I actually do want to go into law, and I'm really inspired by her like perseverance and how other people, even though like they thought she couldn't do it, she did, and she became like a Supreme Court justice, and she fought for like women's rights.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you.
And now I'd like to pass it on to our judge, Mr. Novak, with any questions.
Great job, Abhinav. Especially with the Olympics and stuff going on now. I've been watching a lot of the volleyball. It's always a great sport. I always admire the way that they're able to sort of coordinate and just the athleticism of it is really something spectacular. One of the things that I find really interesting about his story that you were talking about is his drive to sort of prove people wrong, and how that sort of motivated him and kept him going and helped him to achieve his goals. Is there something that you've done that you've sort of felt the need to kind of prove people wrong, and how has that driven you forward?
So currently, nothing I've done has been that great. But like my high school, they don't have a boys volleyball team. So me and a group of friends are determined to start a team and win the local tournaments.
Okay, excellent. Something in your life that you've had to accept and sort of move on from?
Sometimes, to me, I play tennis a lot, almost every single day. And when you play something that involves winning or losing, you're ultimately going to lose sometimes, right? So in tennis, I learned to accept a lot of matches. When I lose, I try to get better and prevent it from happening again. That's how I learned to accept matches, and I'm able to accept other things. Like if I get a bad grade, I learned to accept the test score I got and learn from it. I learned from the mistakes I made, and I tried to do better the next time.
Right. I think that's a really important quality. One more question. You mentioned, his uncle and the role that his uncle had in sort of pushing him towards success. Who in your life pushes you towards success like that?
In my life, mainly there's one person that pushes me towards success, and that would be my dad. He always pushes me, telling me I can do better, and he always makes me stay humble and never be arrogant. If I get a good grade, he's always like, make sure to keep up this and don't get too ahead of yourself. And that's why he always pushes me to do better, and he's a big part of my life.
Excellent. Thank you.